After a long ride into town here in Phoenix, we're here going to show you around the past of mobility here in Phoenix, and then take you to the current day to show you Valley Metro, the local transit system with Jessica Mefford-Miller, the CEO. We're going to take you on the bus, the light rail, the streetcar, and of course, the food, the culture, and the music that is this great southwestern American town of Phoenix, Arizona, on Transit Unplugged TV. We begin our journey into the Phoenix area with a taste of the local cuisine, shared with Jessica Mefford-Miller, the CEO of Valley Metro, the Phoenix public transportation system, who tells us about their transit service and her career. And then we take a ride. Jessica, this is awesome. Tell us where we're at here.
We're in downtown Mesa. Right here, it's the second largest city here in the Valley, and it is home to bus and our light rail system.
That's great. And we're going to enjoy some of the great local food here.
Yes.
But tell me something, I want to ask some about your background.
Yeah.
So you've got multiple degrees in geography. Mm-hmm. Now tell me what all that's about.
Yeah, so my coursework really specialized in urban transportation, but fundamentally, I like to study the nexus between people and places, which I think is really relevant to transit. So I focus on urban systems and how we serve and connect people.
That's great. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. People, places, culture, and getting around those places.
So Jessica, tell us about Valley Metro.
Well, Valley Metro has over 61 bus routes. We have a rapidly expanding light rail system. Right now, we're 28 miles and 38 stations. We have 2 projects under construction now. We're going to open our Northwest Phase 2 in early 2024 and our South Central in 2025. So we've got 8 more miles and 8 stations coming online very soon.
As we come out of 2023 and head into the next year, where do you see public transit going nationally?
Well, I think one of the things we're doing here in the Valley, Paul, is we're shifting our schedules. We are coming out of the pandemic. We're still seeing a lot of remote workers, but our vehicle miles traveled here in the Valley are far and above what they were pre-pandemic. And that's in part because we're growing, but people are making all kinds of trips. So we're shifting to try and capture more of those trips, not just that Monday through Friday downtown Phoenix oriented journey to work. We're seeing more ridership on nights and more ridership on weekend. So we're orienting our service in that direction. And here in Phoenix, we are growing fast. We're growing vertically. So we've got expanding light rail and streetcar service to accommodate that growth. We're also growing outward, and so we will be expanding our bus system. We've also begun experimenting with microtransit in a lot of our suburban communities, and it really is for Phoenix about offering that right type of mobility to match the diverse needs of the communities we serve.
So tell me about your restaurants.
Yeah, you're at Tacos Chiwas, our downtown Mesa location. This is the 3rd store we open under the Tacos Chiwas. You know, Chiwas is a reference to my hometown of Chihuahua. And we just wanted to represent, the regionality of just Mexican food as a whole. And, this is the food that my wife and I grew up with, and it's something that we love, and we just want to share it with the rest of the world.
And you've grown dramatically, right?
Yeah, we're blessed. We started with a little store on 19th Street in McDowell, and, that has flourished into multiple restaurants. We have 6 active right now, including Tacos Chiwas, Cocina Chiwas, Bacanora, and Espiritu.
That's great. Well, I can't wait to taste it. We're going to eat it right now.
Awesome. We're starting off here with our calabacitas tacos, Mexican squash, a little bit of roasted corn, and then asadero cheese, which is very typical of our town. And then we have the beef cheek barbacoa. Next up, we have are gorditas. So these gorditas are flour, 100% organic flour that we make ourselves. On this one, you have the rajas, and then you have a picadillo, and just a little bit of refried beans with asadero cheese on top. We have the pastor tacos, and then a carne asada. The pickled onions, a little bit of cilantro, and then white onion raw and cilantro on the other.
Jessica, I want to go to that place called Culdesac, which is a car-free town. We're in downtown Mesa. How do I get there?
Well, Paul, we're going to get on Valley Metro Light Rail, and we're going to take that to the Smith Martin Apache station in Tempe.
All right, we're on your light rail. Tell me about it.
Welcome to Valley Metro Light Rail, Paul. We have a 28-mile light rail system, 38 stations. We've got 2 expansion projects under construction. So we'll open a new line in 2024 and then again in 2025.
Awesome, and this has been going on for a while, right?
It has, yeah. Actually, our light rail is almost 15 years old.
Wow. Ryan, we're here in Culdesac. Tell me about it.
This is Culdesac Tempe. It's the first car-free neighborhood built from scratch in the U.S. And we're on 17 acres, and there's 35 buildings today. We're gonna have 1,000 people when it's fully done.
So, you've got, back there is like a lot of residential, right?
Yeah, there's 31 residential buildings, and right there is the plaza. And that's where we do a weekly night market. We'll probably have 500 people here tomorrow.
Wow. And then you've got mixed use here where you got commercial on the first floor and then residential above?
Exactly. We have a small format grocery store. This is the co-working space. We have a coffee shop and wine bar, a barber, a bike store, and that's our gym.
In the Phoenix metro area, you can catch a fully autonomous ride in a Google Waymo car. My friend Valerie showed me how to download the Waymo One app and book a trip just like I would on any other car service app. The vehicle arrived with no human driver behind the wheel and welcomed me by name as we got in. I tried to ride in the driver's seat, but it wouldn't let me, and a nice gentleman came on the speaker and asked me to move to the passenger seat. The car then took us to our pre-planned destination for a bite to eat with friends. It stopped where it should at traffic lights and stop signs, drove within the speed limit. It's very comfortable and a great ride. What a trip. We're here in Phoenix at the Mpact conference, which used to be Railvolution. Massive, hundreds of people here learning best practices from each other about how to do better community planning, how to integrate transit. We've had some great interviews today with Congressman Blumenauer and with Scott Smith, used to be the mayor here and then led the transit system. Great place for learning from one another.
In Phoenix, we're expanding the rail network to really enhance our service to the community and then also visitors as well.
I think creating the customer experience coordinator position, they're the smiley faces out there.
I think the biggest thing is that they've been able to implement light rail in an area that's a Sunbelt state, planned around the car, big roads, arterials that they're retrofitting to carry more people more efficiently of all ages and abilities.
Where we actually have the streetcar and the light rail integrated in certain areas and allows people to go back and forth. And we actually run our streetcar on our light rail lines to the operations center.
I think the streetcar is amazing. It's so accessible, it's easy to pop on, pop off, it's just easy for people to use.
Next, I got to interview Congressional Transit Leader, Representative Earl Blumenauer. So we're here in Phoenix for a public transit conference called Mpact, and what are you talking about while we're here?
Well, I'm in a series of panels. We're talking a little, we're about to go off to a streetcar summit with systems around the country, including one here in Tempe. I was able to start the first modern streetcar in Portland when I was Commissioner of Public Works, and I've been a fanatic about it ever since. We're excited, 22 streetcar systems around the country, helping revitalize neighborhoods and taking us back to the future with proven technology.
Scott Smith was mayor of Mesa and then became CEO of the local transit system just before Jessica took the reins. I tell you where I want to start. Mesa. Tell us about Mesa and how you got involved and how you became a mayor there.
Yeah, well, Mesa's probably the biggest city most people have never heard of. Mesa's actually the 34th or 35th largest city in the country now.
Really? Like how many people?
About 520,000 people now.
Wow.
It's actually bigger population-wise than St. Louis, Miami, Minneapolis, even Atlanta. The cities, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but it lives in the shadow of the 5th largest city in the country, Phoenix.
Phoenix, yeah. Because it's very close, right?
It's very close.
Yeah.
You know, we right next door to each other. But it's a big city by any measure. And I lived in Mesa since I was 11 years old. My father was superintendent of schools there, so I was very involved in the community, watched it grow, owned a business there, and so I got involved in the community. And after I got out of the construction business and home building business, I was really looking for a way to be involved, and I decided to get into politics in my 50s and run for mayor. And I won. And it actually was, the 6 years I spent as mayor was just amazing. It's I believe the best political job there is, because you actually are on the ground floor of getting things done.
Yeah.
It's nonpartisan here in Arizona, and so you deal with issues more than you deal with partisan.
Next, let's head to one of my favorite places and where the behind-the-scenes action takes place for any transit system, the OCC. Mike, we're here in the Operations Control Center of Valley Metro, and you all, Phoenix is known for handling some mega events, you know, Super Bowls, etc. Tell us about some of those events recently and how you all handle that from the public transit perspective.
Sure. So we just hosted the Super Bowl earlier in the year, which went really well. And we also had Taylor Swift concert, and we're doing the NCAA coming up, and we just did the World Series.
That's right. Sorry about your loss.
Yeah. It's all right. It was a win for the city and a win for the rail team. Here at the Operations Center, we run extra service. We add a rail car to every other consist. We have 15 trains a day on a regular day. And we also have train stations throughout the city to insert as we need more customer egress or to handle the big capacity in the crowds that go to and from. We encourage the customers to use one of our 12 park and ride facilities, and it really makes it easier for them to park, ride comfortably, have a great time, and we get them out quickly and safely, and it avoids a lot of congestion downtown. Phoenix, as you know, is a fastest growing city in America. Great weather here to host these events, and it's just a great time and place to be here. And the light rail is a big part of it.
Rob, we're in the shop here of your rail shop. You know, Phoenix is known for its extreme heat, right?
Yes, it is.
This last July, you broke a record, 31 days of over 110 degrees.
Right.
And nighttime staying above 90. How does that affect the maintenance of these rail cars?
Yeah, it really taxes our systems pretty heavily. So what we do is we increase our preventative maintenance on the HVAC systems. So that means we're looking at them more frequently, and we're cleaning them a lot more frequently. So we've designed them to handle that extreme heat, but we have to really increase our preventative maintenance cycles to make sure they run during those extreme temperatures.
Mayor, thanks for having us in your town of Tempe.
Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it.
So we're on a streetcar, and this is part of your big plan, right?
Well, so the streetcar's been open here since May of 2022, and it has blown through ridership expectations. We are so excited to have the streetcar in Tempe, and we're now talking about an extension going eastbound on Rio Salado over to Mesa, over to the Cup Stadium, so to create a truly regional system. But obviously it had to start somewhere first, and in Tempe we really wanted to be innovators when it came to transit, so we wanted to make sure that we had the first starter line right here in the city of Tempe.
Mayor, where are you taking this place? Where's this town going?
Honestly, to its biggest, best, and brightest future. I mean, my perspective is there are a lot of great plans here for the city from a transportation standpoint. Obviously, we're standing right here at the light rail and streetcar station. We have plans to continue to extend those options to our residents, to give them options to get around without the use of a single-use vehicle. I know you were over at Culdesac earlier, our first car-free community in the entire country.
Ricardo, we're here at an amazing light rail station. What do you do? What's your job?
So I'm Ricardo, and I lead the great team of the CECs, or the Customer Experience Coordinators.
Okay.
And we are a small team. We're a team of 10, but we go out and we assist passengers. We're highly visible. We answer questions.
See that? Yeah.
And our main goal is to just make our customers feel comfortable, safe, and make sure that they get to their destination in a safely manner.
So you've got a big tourist town here where you've got Super Bowls happening, World Series. A lot of customers ride that aren't used to riding. I'm sure that's a big part of your job.
Yeah, so the steps that we take is getting to know where you are headed, helping you get there, and then helping you purchase a ticket to ride the light rail or the streetcar.
There's more than one way to get around town. From the roads to the sidewalk, pedal power on a pedicab can get you there quickly and fun. We had a great day today out filming on the transit system, and tonight we're going to take you to Copper Blues, a local music venue, and hear the musical guitar stylings of local artist Ronny Winters. After a fun night of music, I thought I'd head out to the mountainous desert to enjoy a walk among the amazing flora and fauna of this region. It's a great place to slow down, gather yourself, and contemplate here among the cactus plants, wildflowers, butterflies, and succulent agave. Enjoy it in the sunshine. Speaking of sunshine, it's great for more than just getting some vitamin D. Tell us about your solar program.
So right here at the facility, one of the great things about living in Arizona is we have a ton of sunny days. So we have enough solar panels here to take care of our energy needs during the day. So basically we're not depending on the grid during the day, and we're really saving a lot of money tapping into that solar energy. So on top of the array you see here, every one of our parking structures also has solar panels on top of them.
This transit system is expanding now to meet the needs of America's fastest growing region. Tony, Jessica told us about the expansion of the light rail program, and tell us, this is it, right? This is the northwest expansion of your light rail?
Yeah, so this is a 1.6 mile project from our North Phoenix area that expands to what we're sitting by is a former mall that was one of the biggest malls in the west side of the United States in the 70s, which is no longer, unfortunately, no longer in business. But a part of the light rail is that we're a seed to grow, and we're trying to develop the areas that we build around. And this is what we love light rail for, and this is why we build it. This is actually going to be a $1 billion investment. They're going to have living, they're going to have a park, they're going to have local shopping, and this whole area is going to be different in 5 years. And part of that, from what we heard from the developer, why they invested here, is because there's a transit system coming into the heart of their development. This is why they invested.
Dianne, this is the big expansion program you're doing here in the northwest of the light rail. Tell us about the artwork and the art installation you've got up there, the sculptures.
Right, absolutely. So the artists who were commissioned for this particular alignment, Northwest Extension 2, they did a lot of research into the history of the area, native plants. Most of the artists who are involved in this project are local artists, so they know the history. So up above, you've got the hoops, and you've got a skater, and this whole project on the top, the suspended sculptures, are an homage to Metro Center Mall. When Metro Center Mall is no longer here, it was a much beloved mall. It had one of the largest ice skating rinks in the country at the time when it opened. So her work is kind of an homage to Metro Center Mall.
Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube. It takes great leaders to plan and fund public transportation projects and then to run them efficiently. Thankfully, Phoenix has been and is blessed with both, as well as phenomenal food, culture, and desert landscape. Hopefully you've enjoyed this visit to America's hottest city, Phoenix, Arizona.